Did you realize that some of the most brilliant minds in history, from Roman emperors to contemporary leaders, have drawn upon the ancient wisdom of Stoicism to tackle life's most formidable challenges? Today, we're exploring the depths of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that remains incredibly pertinent in our modern world. Imagine confronting adversity with an unshakable calm, turning obstacles into stepping stones, and living each day with purpose and resilience. That's the essence of Stoicism, and in this video, I'll guide you through 9 transformative exercises to kickstart your Stoic journey. Whether you're aiming to enhance your mental fortitude, find tranquility amidst turmoil, or simply lead a more fulfilling life, these Stoic practices will equip you with the tools to flourish. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a blueprint to tap into the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and apply it to your daily life. Before we embark on this journey, if you value what we're sharing here, I have a simple request. Please subscribe and watch the video in its entirety. Let's begin. At the heart of this philosophy is the understanding and acceptance of the boundary between what we can control and what we cannot. It's a straightforward concept, yet mastering it can revolutionize your life. Stoicism teaches us that the world is filled with events and situations that are beyond our influence. We cannot dictate the weather, the actions of others, or the march of time. However, we do have dominion over our thoughts, actions, and reactions. Epictetus famously noted, "The primary task in life is to distinguish and separate matters so that I can clearly tell myself which are external and not under my control and which concern the choices I do control." This perspective can be incredibly freeing. Consider the mental energy we squander fretting over things that are entirely out of our grasp. By concentrating solely on what we can control, we reclaim that energy and channel it into constructive, positive endeavors. This isn't about passivity or surrender. It's about actively engaging with the facets of life where we can truly make a difference. Think back to the last time you were caught in traffic, seething at the delay. Stoicism reminds us that while we can't control the traffic, we can control our reaction to it. Instead of succumbing to anger, we can use that time to listen to an audiobook, practice deep breathing, or simply accept the situation with patience. By shifting our focus from what we cannot control to what we can, we alter our experience of the event. The dichotomy of control also urges us to relinquish the desire to control others. We frequently fall into the trap of attempting to alter the behaviors or viewpoints of those around us, leading to frustration and discord. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own conduct and character. By setting a positive example and adhering to our own standards, we can indirectly influence others without the stress of trying to control them. Moreover, embracing this Stoic principle aids in building resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are unavoidable. When we accept that many events are beyond our control, we can face adversity with greater composure. We learn to adapt and respond constructively rather than being overwhelmed by circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, perhaps the most renowned Stoic practitioner, left us his personal reflections in Meditations. These writings were never meant for public consumption. They were private musings to help him live by Stoic principles amidst immense pressure and responsibility. The practice of journaling helped Marcus clarify his thoughts, evaluate his actions, and stay committed to Stoic virtues. Stoic journaling differs from other forms in its intent and focus. It's not merely about documenting events. It's about reflecting on your thoughts, actions, and emotions through the lens of Stoic philosophy. It's a daily exercise in self-betterment and mental clarity. Let's delve into the practical aspects. Dedicate a few minutes each day to journaling, whether in the morning to set the day's tone or in the evening to reflect on the day's happenings. Consistency is key. Use this time to write about your experiences and, more importantly, to analyze them. What did you do well? Where did you falter? How did you handle challenges? And how could you improve? By pondering these questions, you can pinpoint areas for growth and devise strategies to tackle similar situations more effectively in the future. Seneca, too, underscored the significance of journaling. He suggested reviewing the day each evening, questioning what was done right, what was done wrong, and how one could improve. This process fosters self-awareness and accountability, essential components of Stoic practice. Journaling can also reinforce Stoic principles and values, guiding you toward a more virtuous and intentional life. For example, you can utilize your journal to keep Stoic principles at the forefront of your mind, such as the dichotomy of control or the embrace of amor fati, finding love in one's destiny. Jot down Stoic philosophers' quotes that strike a chord with you, and ponder how you can integrate these concepts into your daily life. Additionally, journaling enables you to monitor your development over time. By frequently revisiting your entries, you can identify patterns in your behavior and thought processes. This offers invaluable insights into your personal growth and pinpoints areas that still require attention. It's a concrete record of your journey toward becoming a more resilient and virtuous person. Stoic journaling also acts as a form of mental decluttering. Life can be tumultuous, and our minds often cluttered with a mix of thoughts, concerns, and distractions. Putting pen to paper can help organize these thoughts, bringing a sense of order and clarity. It allows you to process your emotions and experiences in a structured manner, potentially reducing stress and anxiety. Incorporating journaling into your daily routine doesn't demand much time or effort. You don't need an elaborate notebook or advanced writing skills. All it takes is a few minutes of quiet reflection and an openness to honesty with yourself. Over time, this simple practice can significantly impact your mindset and overall well-being. Epictetus frequently emphasized the importance of preparing for tough times. He noted, "We must endure a tough winter training and not rush into things for which we haven't prepared." This underscores the belief that while adversity is unavoidable, our response to it is within our control. By intentionally practicing discomfort, we become better prepared to face unexpected challenges with poise and strength. One practical method to train for adversity is through physical challenges. Stoics would subject themselves to harsh conditions to build mental and physical fortitude. For example, they might take cold baths, wear minimal clothing in winter, or fast for prolonged periods. These practices were not about self-punishment but about enhancing their ability to withstand pressure. Modern equivalents could include taking cold showers, practicing intermittent fasting, or engaging in rigorous exercise. Training for adversity also involves stepping beyond our comfort zones in daily life. This could mean tackling intimidating tasks, speaking up when silence is tempting, or learning new skills that stretch our abilities. By challenging our boundaries, we develop a habit of confronting fear and uncertainty directly, making us more resilient when genuine adversity strikes. Mental exercises are crucial in this training. Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, or the contemplation of future hardships. This involves regularly reflecting on potential challenges and visualizing how you would respond. It's not about dwelling on negativity but preparing your mind for possible difficulties. This reduces the shock and emotional impact when such events occur, promoting a calm and rational response. Seneca recommended practicing voluntary simplicity. He would periodically live as if he had lost all his wealth, consuming simple food and wearing basic clothing. This helped him appreciate what he had and prepared him for any future loss. In modern terms, You could try living with less for a short while, cutting back on spending, minimizing possessions, or disconnecting from technology. This not only builds resilience, but also fosters gratitude for the comforts we often overlook. Training for adversity also involves developing emotional resilience. Stoics stress the importance of controlling our reactions to external events. When faced with criticism, failure, or loss, the aim is to maintain composure and not be overwhelmed by negative emotions. This is where cognitive reframing can be beneficial. By consciously reinterpreting negative experiences in a positive or neutral light, we can lessen their emotional impact. For instance, view failure not as a setback but as a valuable lesson. Community and social support are also vital in this training. Stoics believed in the interconnectedness of humanity and the importance of mutual support. Engaging with a supportive community can provide encouragement and accountability as you face challenges. Sharing experiences and learning from others can reinforce your resilience and offer fresh perspectives on dealing with adversity. Mindfulness and meditation are potent tools in training for adversity. Regular mindfulness practice can improve your ability to stay grounded and focused, even in stressful situations. It helps you observe your thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them, leading to more measured and rational responses. Integrating mindfulness into your daily life can establish a strong mental foundation for navigating life's challenges. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is that our distress arises not from events themselves but from the interpretations we assign to them. This wisdom is attributed to Epictetus, who posited that it's not external occurrences that trouble us but our judgments about those occurrences. This suggests that by altering our perceptions, we can transform our emotional reactions and, consequently, our life experience. Picture yourself caught in an unexpected downpour. You can view this scenario in various ways. You might see it as an annoyance, becoming frustrated and irritated by the disturbance to your plans. Or, you could see it as a chance to connect with nature, relish the invigorating sensation of rain, and perhaps even enjoy splashing through puddles. The external event, the rain, remains unchanged, but your perception of it shifts, altering your entire experience. The first step in refining your perceptions is to cultivate awareness. Start by observing your spontaneous thoughts and judgments throughout the day. Pay attention to how you react to different situations and the narratives you construct in your mind. Do you hastily categorize events as good or bad? Do you often view challenges as threats rather than opportunities? Recognizing these patterns is the initial step toward modifying them. Marcus Aurelius frequently discussed the importance of viewing things objectively in his Meditations. He reminded himself to observe events and people without judgment, stripping away any preconceived notions or emotional responses. This practice can help you see situations more clearly and react more rationally. For example, instead of being upset because a colleague was rude, you might see it as a reflection of their stress or personal issues, not a personal affront. Another powerful strategy is reframing. This involves deliberately altering your perspective on a situation to view it in a more positive or neutral light. For instance, if you're facing a tough project at work, instead of thinking, "This is too hard, I can't do it," you could reframe it as, "This is a challenging opportunity for me to grow and develop new skills." This shift in perspective can reduce anxiety and boost motivation. The Stoics also highlighted the significance of viewing events within a broader context. Marcus Aurelius often employed a mental exercise known as the view from above, to remind himself of the vastness of the universe and his small role within it. By imagining himself looking down on the world from a high vantage point, he gained perspective on his problems, realizing how minor most concerns are in the grand scheme of things. This practice can help you let go of petty irritations and concentrate on what truly matters. Training your perceptions also involves fostering gratitude. The Stoics believed that acknowledging the positive aspects of our lives helps counteract negative perceptions. Take a moment each day to reflect on what you're thankful for, no matter how small. This practice can shift your focus from what's wrong to what's right, enhancing your overall sense of well-being. Another dimension of training perceptions is recognizing the transient nature of all things. The Stoics frequently reminded themselves that everything is temporary: our belongings, our relationships, even our lives. Keeping this in mind allows us to appreciate what we have while it lasts and avoid excessive attachment or fear of loss. This perspective helps us stay calm and resilient in the face of change and uncertainty. Bear in mind that training your perceptions is an ongoing practice. It's not something you perfect overnight, but a lifelong endeavor of self-improvement. Continue to challenge your automatic thoughts, practice gratitude, and seek new ways to reframe your experiences. Over time, you'll find that your ability to view events more positively and objectively will grow stronger, leading to a more balanced and fulfilling life. At the core of this practice is the realization that nothing in life is permanent. Our possessions, relationships, triumphs, failures, joys, and sorrows, all are transient. Marcus Aurelius often contemplated this theme in his Meditations. He wrote, "Consider yourself dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly." This may seem grim, but it's actually an invitation to live fully and mindfully, cherishing each moment for what it is. Acknowledging the impermanence of life helps us detach from the things we often cling to, spend so much energy fearing to lose, or tirelessly pursue more of. But Stoicism reminds us that these pursuits are ultimately futile because everything is subject to change. By accepting this, we can focus on what truly matters: our character, our actions, and our relationships. One way to embrace this concept is through the practice of memento mori, Latin for "remember that you will die." This isn't about being gloomy, it's about gaining perspective. By reflecting on our mortality, we can better prioritize our time and energy rather than being consumed by trivial worries. We can concentrate on what imbues our lives with meaning and purpose. This practice urges us to live with purpose and integrity, making the most of our finite time. Consider the splendor of a sunset. Part of its allure is its fleeting nature. We know it won't endure, prompting us to relish every moment. The same principle applies to our lives. By accepting the transient nature of our experiences, we can appreciate them more profoundly. This outlook can revolutionize how we tackle everything, from our daily rituals to our most pivotal life events. Stoicism also instructs us to perceive challenges and adversities as transient. When we're in a tough spot, it's easy to feel swamped and think it will persist indefinitely. But by recalling that all is ephemeral, we can muster the strength to endure. Just as good times are impermanent, so too are the bad. This understanding can offer solace and resilience, enabling us to confront hardships with stoic composure. Acknowledging impermanence can nurture gratitude. When we realize that the people and things we hold dear won't be with us forever, we're more inclined to cherish them fully in the present. This practice of gratitude harmonizes with the Stoic virtue of mindfulness, being fully present and immersed in the moment. By valuing life's transient nature, we cultivate a deeper sense of joy and satisfaction. It's important to note that this principle doesn't advocate for indifference or detachment from life. Instead, it encourages us to engage more deeply. Aware that our time is limited, we're prompted to forge meaningful connections, pursue our passions, and positively impact the world around us. Stoicism calls us to live vibrantly and purposefully, despite, or perhaps because of, life's impermanence. In practical terms, you can begin by contemplating the transient nature of your daily experiences. When stress or anxiety about an issue arises, remind yourself that this too shall pass. When you encounter joy or success, savor it fully, acknowledging its fleeting nature. This balanced perspective helps to moderate our reactions and maintain a steady, grounded approach to life. Marcus Aurelius frequently employed this technique in his meditations. He would envision himself gazing down on the world from a high vantage point, akin to the peak of a mountain or even from the perspective of the stars. This practice helped him perceive the interconnectedness of all things and the relative insignificance of his own troubles within the grand tapestry of the universe. It reminded him that his life, with its challenges and victories, was merely a small part of a much larger whole. When you practice adopting the view from above, you start by visualizing yourself ascending above your current circumstances. Imagine yourself floating upward, looking down upon your home, your city, and eventually the entire planet. As you rise, observe how your problems and stresses diminish in scale. What seemed insurmountable up close now appears far more manageable from afar. This exercise helps to put our daily concerns into perspective. When we're engrossed in the details of our lives, it's easy to feel as though our problems are the universe's epicenter. But the view from above reminds us of the vast world beyond, filled with others facing their own battles and joys. This realization can be humbling and liberating, freeing us from the narrow focus that often fuels anxiety and stress. Taking the view from above also nurtures a sense of interconnectedness. It reminds us that we're part of a larger community, a global ecosystem where every action has far-reaching effects. This perspective can foster empathy and compassion as we recognize that our experiences are shared by many. It also motivates us to consider the impact of our actions on the wider world and strive to contribute positively. Another advantage of this practice is its ability to help us prioritize what truly matters. When we zoom out and survey our lives from a distance, it becomes simpler to discern which concerns are trivial and which merit our attention. This can guide us in making decisions that align with our values and long-term aspirations, rather than being sidetracked by short-term distractions. Practicing the view from above can also serve as a potent tool for stress management. When faced with a challenging situation, try mentally stepping back to view it from a higher perspective. Ask yourself how this moment fits into the broader story of your life. Will this issue be significant a year from now, or 5 years hence? Often, this broader perspective reveals that many of our worries are temporary and not as critical as they seem in the moment. Furthermore, the view from above can inspire awe and wonder as we ponder the vastness of the universe and our modest place within it. We can experience a profound connection to something beyond ourselves. This can be incredibly soothing and inspiring, reminding us that we are part of a grand narrative that transcends time and space. Integrating this practice into your daily life can be as straightforward as dedicating a few moments each day to envision your life from above. You might do this during meditation, while walking, or whenever you feel overwhelmed. The key is to consistently remind yourself of the broader context and to foster a mindset that embraces perspective and interconnectedness. This practice, known in Latin as memento mori, involves contemplating the certainty of death to enhance our appreciation for life. Although it may seem somber, reflecting on our mortality is a fundamental Stoic exercise that can significantly alter our outlook and priorities. The Stoics believed that regularly pondering our mortality helps us live more richly and deliberately. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself of this truth in his meditations. He wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't about a morbid preoccupation, but rather an invitation to acknowledge life's transient nature and to make the most of every moment. Why is this practice so powerful? For one, it strips away the petty concerns that often dominate our daily lives. When we remember that our time is limited, it becomes easier to discern which pursuits are truly significant and which are mere distractions. This clarity can guide us to focus on what truly matters, spending time with loved ones, pursuing our passions, and living in accordance with our values. Contemplating mortality can also alleviate fear and anxiety. Many of our fears arise from a denial of our own mortality. By facing the reality of death head-on, we can diminish its hold over us. The Stoic philosopher Seneca counseled, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing, let us balance life's books each day." The person who concludes their life each day is never short of time. This mindset encourages us to live each day as if it were our last, fully embracing the present and releasing unnecessary worries. To incorporate this practice into your life, you might start by dedicating a few minutes each day to reflect on life's impermanence. This could be during your morning meditation, in the evening before bed, or at any tranquil moment during the day. Close your eyes and consider the fact that your time is finite. Think about what you would do differently if you knew this was your last day. What regrets would you avoid? What actions would you take? You can also use visual reminders of mortality. Some people keep a memento mori on their desk, an hourglass, a skull, or a simple note, to serve as a constant reminder to live fully. These symbols can help ground you in the present and prompt you to reflect on how you're using your time. Another approach is to reflect on the legacies of those who have passed before us. Consider what they left behind and how they are remembered. This can inspire us to think about the impact we want to have and the legacy we want to leave. It's a reminder that while our lives are temporary, our actions can have enduring effects on the world and the people around us. Contemplating mortality can also deepen our gratitude for life's simple joys. When we recognize that each moment is a gift, we begin to appreciate the small things, the warmth of the sun, the sound of laughter, the taste of a good meal. This heightened sense of gratitude can enhance our overall well-being and make everyday experiences more satisfying. In interactions with loved ones, this practice can foster deeper bonds. When we're aware of life's fragility, we're more likely to express our appreciation, resolve conflicts, and spend quality time with those who matter most. It encourages us to live with an open heart, free from the burdens of unspoken words and unresolved issues. Contemplating mortality can also fortify our resilience. Knowing that life is unpredictable and that death is a certainty can help us confront challenges with greater bravery. It reinforces the Stoic belief that while we cannot control external events, we can exert control over our reactions to them. By acknowledging the reality of death, we can live with greater courage and authenticity. Picture yourself on the brink of a major project at work. Instead of solely concentrating on the positive outcomes, pause to consider potential pitfalls. What if you encounter unforeseen obstacles? What if your initial strategy fails? By contemplating these scenarios, you can devise backup plans and mentally prepare for setbacks. This doesn't imply dwelling on the negative, but rather approaching potential problems with a proactive attitude. Premeditatio malorum can be applied across various facets of life. For example, if you're organizing a significant event like a wedding or a vacation, ponder what might not unfold as expected: bad weather, delays, or misunderstandings. By anticipating these possibilities, you can prepare alternative solutions and maintain composure if they occur. This foresight allows you to savor the present moment more fully, confident in your readiness to handle whatever arises. Another potent aspect of this practice is its ability to mitigate anxiety. Often, our fear of the unknown can be more paralyzing than the actual events themselves. By directly confronting these fears, we diminish their influence over us. Epictetus taught that we should not only prepare for minor inconveniences but also for substantial life changes, such as the loss of a loved one or a radical shift in circumstances. This mental rehearsal equips us to face reality with greater courage and acceptance. To integrate premeditatio malorum into your daily routine, allocate a few minutes each morning or evening to ponder the day ahead. Reflect on the tasks you need to complete and consider the challenges that might surface. Visualize yourself tackling these challenges with grace and effectiveness. This exercise can help you commence your day with a sense of preparedness and confidence, knowing you're equipped for whatever comes your way. It's also beneficial to maintain a journal of your premeditations. Recording potential scenarios and your planned responses can reinforce your mental preparation. Over time, you may discern patterns in the types of challenges you anticipate, offering insights into areas where you might need to hone further skills or strategies. Beyond everyday inconveniences, premeditatio malorum can be an invaluable tool for long-term planning. When making significant life decisions, such as changing careers, relocating to a new city, or starting a family, take time to contemplate the possible difficulties and how you would address them. This practice promotes a balanced approach, considering both the positive and negative aspects of any major change. It's crucial to strike a balance with this practice. The objective is not to become pessimistic or overly fixated on potential problems, but to develop a realistic and proactive mindset. By preparing for the worst, we can sustain hope and optimism, assured that we are equipped to handle adversity. The concept of amor fati is deeply embedded in Stoic philosophy. It encourages us not merely to accept our fate but to embrace it with enthusiasm. Nietzsche, though not a Stoic, famously advocated this idea, stating, "My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Not merely bear what is necessary, still less conceal it. All idealism is mendaciousness in the face of what is necessary, but love it." Imagine you're enduring a tough phase. Perhaps you've lost your job or are dealing with a personal loss. Amor fati doesn't suggest you should be superficially happy about these events. Instead, it means viewing these challenges as integral to your life's narrative. They are shaping you, teaching you resilience, patience, and perhaps opening up new avenues you hadn't considered. One way to practice amor fati is to reflect on past experiences where adversity led to personal growth. Maybe a challenging breakup led you to discover new hobbies and friendships, or perhaps losing a job propelled you toward a more fulfilling career. By recognizing how past challenges have contributed to your development, you can begin to trust that current and future difficulties will do the same. The Stoics believe that everything happens for a reason, even if we can't immediately discern it. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often wrote about the interconnectedness of all things and how every event is part of a larger cosmic plan. He encouraged himself to love the hand that fate deals you and play it as your own. This perspective transforms obstacles into opportunities and helps us view life as a coherent and meaningful whole. Practicing amor fati also involves relinquishing resistance. When we resist what happens to us, we create additional suffering. By accepting events as they come, we conserve our energy for responding constructively rather than battling against reality. This doesn't imply passivity or resignation. Instead, it's about engaging with life fully, knowing that every experience contributes to our growth. Amor fati also fosters gratitude. By embracing everything that happens, we cultivate a mindset of appreciation for life's complexity. We start to see that every moment, whether pleasant or unpleasant, is a gift that enriches our experience. This gratitude can deepen our connections with others, enhance our enjoyment of life, and foster a sense of peace. To incorporate amor fati into your life, begin by reflecting on your current challenges. Ask yourself how these difficulties might be shaping you for the better. What strengths are you developing? What new opportunities might be emerging? By focusing on these questions, you can start to view your struggles in a more positive light. You can also establish daily rituals to reinforce this mindset. For instance, at the end of each day, take a few moments to review the events of the day and express gratitude for both the highs and the lows. Acknowledge how each experience is contributing to your growth and commit to embracing whatever comes your way. As we conclude, remember this: embracing the wisdom of Stoicism can revolutionize your life, helping you find strength in adversity, clarity in chaos, and peace amidst turmoil.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to receive great videos every day from the Quotes of Stoic channel. Goodbye and see you again.